What do you think?
Well, what?
Galaga Gadot.
Huh? I don't know. I guess it just kind of depends on how long this stuff goes on, maybe. Similar pictures of how what the IDF was doing terror against
Mm-hmm.
There's something crazy, man.
Ever.
Yeah.
We haven't known for weeks that they were going to be coming in.
Yes. Oh no. Yeah, well, we'll see how easily the tides can turn, right? Because until this point, people have been like, we love Galaga Gadot. Girl power. Woo. Yeah. By the way, your mom's probably mad at you. She's probably was hoping to get some pictures of the girls wearing those Halloween costumes that she gave you. They had like a whole bag of Halloween costumes. And it doesn't matter. What did she give you anyway? It's like one was Wonder Woman too, wasn't it? Wonder Woman? Or was I mistaking the Wonder Woman for Captain Marvel? I don't know really how I feel about your parents poisoning our kids' minds with some of these comic book junk. Captain Marvel. Oh, it doesn't matter though. They're putting it in their head that it's like that they would want to. Planting the seed. Yo, what's up? Uh-oh, which one? Oh, 488. Oh man. Well, I believe you. I believe you. Oh boy. Well. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're still winning right now, you know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. I get you. Oh. Thank you. Oh, dag. Wow. Well, I believe. Oh, dude. Yeah, dude, I just saw somebody. Yeah. No, we're gonna get out of this one next game for sure. I believe it. I just saw it. but I believed you before. There's a lot of those guys. There's a lot of those guys in here, though, man. It's hard to avoid them all, man. They're everywhere. Mm-hmm. 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 I gotcha. Hmm. What do you mean by challenges? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, dude, like, last time I played, we were playing with a guy who was just straight up shooting us through walls from all the way across the map. Right? Yeah. What? Just got me too. Oh, we got somebody. Famler's in here playing with us, but she's giving us the silent treatment. Yeah. I don't think so. Not this time. But you know, yeah, I do have a talent for making people mad, though. That's no lie. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Shoot. Well, even with this dirty cheaters, it still was like close. Oh. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's still close. We weren't cheating, so, you know, our conscience is clear.
I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo.
Usually she always joins the party. Well, that's weird. Oh, she just joined. Speaking of the devil. Why weren't you joining the party chat, Famor? What's your problem? Oh, no, I did. Do you want to try to wait for Pike? He's 35 and 40, but I already did invite him one time. Well, just to know, maybe I'll try next game, but I'm just saying last time I already invited him and he didn't come. Like this, like I invited him like last game. No. No, I haven't played with Seago in a long time. Like the last time we played with him together, I think, didn't we? And that's the last time I played with him. I think he ran away. I did invite him. I invited him tonight already, but you know, most of the time I see him, he's off. You know. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. Like this is a no-win situation right there. Up here. What's up here? Oh, help. I had two behind me and then one in front of me. Blast it. Get him. Dag. Oh, gee, what happened? Oh boy, I'm gonna die. Oh, they're all coming at me. Yeah, they're gonna get me. I can't do anything. It's all alone. Yeah. Yeah, most people shorten it the other way, but he just went to the other side. Oh shoot. No! Yeah, probably so. Uh-oh. Dang. I'm down. Shoot. Don't leave us. What does that mean? White plug. Oh, your internet. I get you. Oh, come on! Bogus. Watch your back, watch your back! Man, this is pathetic. You thought wrong. So our recently former assistant pastor posted a post on Facebook that really was fairly but somewhat benign, but got a lot of people riled up. His post said something like along the lines of why is it that people wear like something like why is it that people wear like jeans and shorts to church but then like dress up better than that for like weddings and funerals? And then saying something like, isn't church more important than a wedding and a funeral? And that got a lot of people somewhat riled up, I guess, just from the standpoint of this just basically, he was like saying, you know, that people should, he was, I guess, wondering why people wouldn't wear like a suit to church to try to like bring their best to God or something like that. And then a lot of people responded to his post. I want to hear what you think first, you know, because I brought the question. Or I guess I mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I hear you. I wonder if I can actually find. Right. You know what I'd like to do is just not go to the wedding. I was trying to get him. I think he's not coming, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. Oh, what? You got one? Go ahead. I'm fine with Burger coming. I'll play with him. I just, you know. Okay. All good. Alright, I'm taking that as a yes. Dude, I knew it. I knew it! Like, I can't pull up the post because I think he took it down. I figured that was going to happen, so that's why I read a lot of it at the time of, because I'm like, I wonder how long this is going to last. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like, honestly, I didn't respond at all because I thought it was such a silly thing to even really argue about. I didn't even feel that compelled to even argue about it. First off, so it was, to me, it was kind of like pick your battles. It was like, is this really where you're gonna you're trying to rile up people about this, But anyway, moving on. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I have no problem with, guys who want to wear suits and whatnot to church and everything like that. And if that's what they want to do, but at the same time, I don't think that they should tell people oh man, if you're not wearing a suit to church, then you're bad, or, you're not bringing your best to God, and you're just, being a slob or whatever. I mean, I don't know why that's the metric of well, God wore a suit, so, you should too. Yeah, I don't think he did. So stop judging that guy's sandals, If we were all dressed like Jesus, we'd all be wearing sandals and, I don't know, what do you call them, tunics or something like that, basically, or whatever. Anyway. So again, that's very much a going off of a cultural thing for us in our own culture. Yeah, and honestly, there's to me, it's all about if you were gonna really even talk about clothing, why I can see you can make a case just for making sure to not being immodest. But if it's not an immodesty thing, why do you need to make an issue out of it? Right? And you say, well, sometimes it is crazy too. Even I know women struggle with that sometimes, just finding clothes that are, modest sometimes, But I think that's important. But yeah, I think if it's not a modesty issue, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. And I mean, flaunting it. Yeah, I think the Bible says there's a time and a place for everything, and so that would probably not be the time and the place to wear something like that, and to almost rub your wealth in other people's faces, right? And I mean, there's a little bit of, too, what's prudent from the standpoint of like whatever your financial, I guess, status is too. So in other words, I don't think people should be wearing $1,000 suits to church when they make $30,000 a year. That's not a good idea either, right? Not. But at the same time, if you have a guy who's like a multi-millionaire or something like that, and that's just part of like what he has available to wear to him anyway, because part of his like, I don't know, job or something like that is having high profile meetings with high profile people, and wears that sort of thing because it's expected for that particular scenario. If he wants to also wear that at church and feel like he should wear something nice to church that way too. If he's like, well, if I'm going to dress like this good for work, I should dress at least this good for church too. I have no problem with that either. Again, it's just more of like a thing of like, I have no problem with you wearing something nice as long as you're not going to like tell me that, wearing whatever, like jeans and a polo is super evil or something, Winter appropriate. It was like Hawaiian shirt basically. Did he wear it anyway? Okay. He's like, all right, wife. What does that mean? Why is that? Are you not doing well in the game? Is that what that means? Well, that has nothing to do with playing Uncharted. That's more like when you're engaging with your husband, doesn't it? Yeah. What a jerk. Ah! Right. We need to get JT up in here. Which one? Blast it. Ah, blast it. I got from the side and the front. Well, one of the comments that my friend made too is like it should be, you know, there's nothing in the Bible that says anything about what exactly you should wear from that standpoint of like, you know, oh, you really need to dress up or anything like that. And also, you know, it should be more important about whether you're going to church and also what your heart is like, obviously. So, you know, when you're focusing on the outward appearance, that's also something that we know that the Bible says is not the best thing to do, because God looks at the heart. Yeah, see, that's too long. It's way too long. You should probably work on that. Now, when you say getting ready, does that include like getting your kids ready and things of that nature, or are we talking only just yourself? Okay, yeah, that's real bad. Why do you feel like you need makeup? What does that mean? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you saying that you feel like God didn't do a good enough job on your face? So you feel like you have to, you know, conform to the world's standards? Oh, so you are being worldly then. Oh. Uh-huh. Does he wear makeup? He's got baggy eyes. Yeah, well, don't you feel like this is the time where you should probably not need the makeup, and then you need to start, you know, running ground control, and once you start getting old and saggy and baggy, you know. Yeah, nothing. I would say there's nothing worse than someone who also wears too much makeup. That, but I'm just saying, you've never like seen a woman like running around with like where you can clearly tell they're wearing like gobs and gobs of ridiculous amounts of makeup and think, oh man, that's too much. You've never thought that? Mm-hmm. I gotcha. Well, maybe that's because you're that lady. Now you understand. I'm just giving you a hard time, right? So I don't want you to go all burger all over me, you know. Does your husband think that you don't look nice without makeup? Is it something you feel like you need to do for him? Hmm. Well, okay. Well, that's what I'm asking though. Is it more attractive to his standards or your standards by putting on makeup? So if you're not wearing makeup, he's like, "Whoa, honey, if we're going out, you probably really should put some makeup on." Well, would he? I'm not saying he'd say that, but in like his head, would he think it? Okay. So he wants other men to ogle you? Okay. You know what the Bible says about pride, right? Mm-hmm. Mm. For these parts. Okay. She's thinking in her head that she's a 10, but she just doesn't want to say it because she knows about what the Bible says about pride. Hmm. Oh, okay. What's the difference? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And maybe you are. No, and again, like I don't really have a problem with people wearing makeup. I'm just always curious of the motivation too, and I think there are women out there who can, maybe it helps, I guess, and then there's other women it's like seems unnecessary, or they can do the bare minimum and be just fine. Well, no, I'm not saying best just fine of like, getting yourself to a 7, meaning just fine like that they are, you know, beautiful without makeup and look the same or better without it. Well, like saying there's probably some that like look worse or the same with it because they're, putting too much on, or there's, only so much you can do. you can't fix broken, Yeah. Like. Like a good example, like maybe an example would be like, putting on makeup is no substitute for going to the gym, Yeah, well, maybe, but I mean, there's women out there who can be like, really unattractive physically from their body, but they still have like like nice looking faces. As much as one can. We're in the same way. There are people, you know, who like, once you talk like the 10, you heard the 10 and 2 rule? Yeah, the 10 and 2 rule. No, like talking about like, yeah, right. No, like, no. What I'm talking about is there's guys. Yeah, like there's guys that talk about like, you know, a girl being a 10 from far away, but then when they get close, it's like, it's actually a 2. So the 10 and 2 rule, like, oh man, from far away she looked good. Then when she got close, it was like saw the face. It was about the face probably mainly, and I was like, actually it was a 2. What'd you say, family? Butterface. Butterface. Okay, I got you. There, it's a similar deal. You know, or like. Yeah. Do you use only natural makeup? Uh-oh. Man, Vanmore, I didn't know you were such a hypocrite. Yeah. But dude, seriously though, I do wonder about some of that stuff of like over time, if it like if it's bad for you and makes it worse over time, like destroys your natural beauty. I mean, I don't know, like how much studying has been done over time of like, you know, if a woman wore a certain kind of makeup, you know, for like 2 decades or whatever, and like some of the effects that could have on somebody's face. Or whatever else. Ooh, I'm down. Get him! Watch your back. Oh. What is happening here? Ah! So much craziness. Alright, I threw an El Dorado. Oh, shoot. You idiot! Yeah. Think of all the things that you could be doing. You might have, like, you know, cured cancer by now or something, maybe, if you didn't just spend 2 hours. Which one's... Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's huge. It's huge. Very lucrative. And, like, some of the things is, like, just boggle my mind that ladies are willing to spend money on, of like how expensive that they can be. They're like, oh yeah, this cream, just this bottle or this jar right here is like $100 or $200. I'm like, what? Are you crazy? This thing is like as big as my thumb, you know? Alright. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. This is a close game, guys. We're getting down to the wire here, too, so we gotta start getting serious. Probably said I'm fine with that. We're talking about like not super important issues right now. We're talking about like people how they dress in church and makeup. Because honestly, I'm giving you I'm giving you a hard time a little bit, but I don't care all that much really. But I do think there's there's people who are, make it too big of a deal out of it and are using way too much of it, and then there's other people, that are doing just fine, and it's just, but yeah, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal to me. But I also think that you should be wise with your money too. If you're spending like a lot of money on some of that stuff, that could be an issue. Yeah, what about the animals? Like those hamsters, they didn't want that makeup. Yeah. Deodorant? Who's putting deodorant on hamsters? Boom. Yeah. Blast it. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. New makeup, putting makeup on his face. He tests it so that they don't do it on the animals. Sends in the results, bro. What kind of sports? Dude, that sniper guy is ridiculous. I don't know about all that. We're down by one. One. Well, if you ever come around my area, we're gonna have to play one-on-one in basketball. See who wins. Yeah. Basketball. I got him. Bro, don't die. Don't nah. Where do you see the time? Don't die, bro. No! Nice. That guy's probably really mad, that Tilton guy. Look at his mic call. Going crazy there. Me or him? Oh, he popped out. Oh man, he quit already. What a pansy. Basketball, baseball, soccer, and then something else. Yeah, and invest. That was for you. Who? Which one? Oh, yeah. I need to get City Boy to start to play with us. Why is he not on? Get on! Like a... I like volleyball. I like basketball better, but I like volleyball. Yeah. Ooh. I was trying to see if I could get JT to come in. It says he's in the lobby, but maybe he's not going to play. So, I'm going to give up, I guess. Is she on? Oh, there he is. All right. Now we got 5. We're good. Yeah, that's right. I'd like you, almost like a combination of what you guys both said. You know, I like playing card games a lot too. Rook. Yep. Have you ever played Rook? Super good. You need to learn how to play Rook if you've never played Rook and you like card games. The only Trump face. It's not that kind of Trump. Bro. And I think you're kind of funny too, because like in a lot of ways I mean, this is like a very difficult conversation, but in a lot of ways I don't like Trump. I would prefer him not to be the nominee. Oh no, I don't want him at all. I said I don't prefer Trump, or I would prefer to not have him be the nominee. If I were talking about Biden, I would prefer him to like go into the woods and never come back. It's where he belongs. Maybe he would go there and maybe he couldn't do any more damage, you know, that he's already done. Or at least for the goodness sakes, just, you know, let him sit on his old man porch on his rocking chair and pat a grandkid on the head every once in a while and then leave everybody else alone. But also, I wouldn't trust him patting anybody on the head, so he probably shouldn't do that either, especially any kid. No, actually, I think I forgot, my bad. And sometimes I forget, because he doesn't talk on the mic, but at least he could still hear us. Yeah. Are you talking about where he was like talking inside of the plane and people were making a big deal out of his weird looking chin? Is that what you're talking about? There was a time where he talked on the plane and like people were like, what is going on with his chin? And his chin looked very like disgusting. Now, he's an old man, and he was like, it's probably all it really is he's an old man, and he wears a lot of makeup. He probably might wear even more makeup than Fanmore. You know, so when he's just like on the plane, and people are like, hey, can we talk real quick? And he's like, oh, you know, I guess. Well, who are you? You know, he's not wearing makeup on the plane. He's not planning to, you know, be in front of the camera, you know, so that's why he looks weird. Or at least they were definitely hoping he wouldn't be in front of the camera and talk, you know. I like how he always starts stories and then bails on the story because he has no idea what he's saying, and so he's just like, oh, well, I won't even get into that, you know. All the time. Bro, ridiculous. Oh, blasted. I thought that was the person on my team. Yeah. Uh-oh. Sam was doing some innuendo over there. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, probably staff. Althor? Why? Where's he at? Whoa. Oh, oh. Mm. Mm. It's not familiar right now. It's not ringing any bells. Nope. Nope. Oh my. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is he trying to do like a Shaggy or Sean Paul song or something? I stopped paying attention to anything American Idol like so long ago. But like one of my favorite ones from American Idol was the guy who sang this song called that he just like made up. He was like, "All right, come in and sing us a song." And he's like, "All right, I made my own song," and there was like this old black guy, and he was like, "Pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground." It was so good though. It was awesome. I loved it. Yeah, right? It was. It'd be great. Mm-hmm. 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 There you go. Gotcha. Uh-oh. Right here. No, I'm saying they're right here. We got some right here. Well, I need one more kill. This is like a total massacre, man. And I got it. Oh, somebody beat me to it. How rude. Hey, look, I had less kills than you, though. By one. Sean Kingston, was that the song that you're trying to sing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely... Oh, okay. Calm yourself! Uh-huh. You should Google or get on YouTube or whatever you do and look up Pants on the Ground. I don't know who that is either. Yeah. See if you can find that clip. It's a classic. It's from the old. Sounds good. We'll relive the fun. I'm so excited already. I love it. It's so great. He's my favorite. Yeah. Still doesn't disappoint. I love it. Not that I know of. I mean, if I looked it up, I would be able to tell you though, if for sure. Because some I have bad memory, you know. So some of these things, you know, if I looked it up, maybe I'd be like, oh yeah, you know. Go down, Melissa. What's happening here? Right. There was another like from a long time ago, back in like, you know, way back in the day for American Idol, when it was some little Asian guy that came on and sang really bad, and then he went like, you know, basically viral before that, by even saying going viral was a thing, you know, and like, but then he would like, I think he put out like a CD and everything, like people just loved him, and that he would, I don't know if people would like hire him for the novelty of it or what exactly they were doing, but like, I think he, you know, he got jobs. The best. Uh-huh. What, the people, but like assuming that people were just saying that because they were like, well, everyone else told me that this person was amazing, so I'm gonna say this person is amazing too, essentially. No. Although, sometimes I think about it. Yeah, I'm like, what would that be like? You know? That's gotta be wild, you know? But don't you remember I literally had this conversation with you though, Bamwar, you remember? About... No. Oh yeah, for me, I would be the only like sober one there and actually there for the music, you know, because I actually do like a lot of that type of music, but everybody else is there to like basically have a good excuse to listen to music while like getting super high. You know? Okay. The designated driver. Do they even have designated drivers anymore? Like, does everybody just Uber now? Is that a thing anymore? We call that the buzz driver now, you know? Standards are pretty low these days. Am I judging? No, yeah. So maybe a better question is not whether he's judging them. Like, will you ride with them? Would you ride with that person? Or definitely going to, or definitely should, unless you just are a total like alcoholic fish. This is what she's saying, and she was driving. Like, what's the acceptable level of alcohol to have in your system if you were pulled over in New York, by the way? Is it 0.08? Oh, that's interesting. Wow, they're up in it. Looking for extra dough. Said New York State looking for some extra dough. Always looking for extra dough. Help! Help! I'm down! Help! 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 Bummer. I think we have certain things in our society too that are very like, you know, acceptable to like fine for people for and arrest people for, and then other things that are not. So like, you know, we have to make sure that we, you know, really get those people. Like, so we're getting a lot of speeders to make sure to support the government. That's good because we all are like, okay, you know, understand that, you know, you speed, you're gonna get tickets. But if somebody's like, you know, gets stopped and he has like 8 dudes in his car and he's like, oh yeah, these are all my friends, they're all named Juan, you know, they'll be like, ah, that's fine, just keep going, we don't care, we don't want to get into all that. Okay. One guy was named Alfredo. Yeah. Jose, that's just. Should have said Jose. That would have been better, probably. Man. Dag. Blast it. So what'd you say? It's still .08? You're wrong. Oh, so, but you get pulled over and you're .5 or over, then you can still, like, get a ticket, or they can tell you you can't, you have to Uber home or whatever? Getting bucks? Okay. Nice. Okay, so, like, maybe we need to reinvent this question. So, like, if you drink that glass of whatever, and then you get in the car, ooh, just barely. Are you assuming that you're like .09, or are you assuming that you're .04? What are you assuming? I don't know. That's pretty low. You could have like alcohol in your system by other things. You don't not even drink at all, and they get like, oh look, you're .03 without even you haven't drank anything ever. I don't know. You quitting? 7:30 p.m. Whatever. Alright, see ya. Like, no, but for real, like, Seagoat would actually say that and, like, not be joking. He's not. Seagoat's not on, is he? No. So you're pushing it, especially for New York now. Why not just not drink and not have to worry about it at all? You could go and get yourself an Uber. Well, that's good. Well, see, like this sounds like a problem where if you're going to do that, you shouldn't be drinking at all. Another good reason not to drink.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's exactly why people think that they're fine. And that's how they end up getting DUIs. And then they end up taking Ubers for 2 to 5 years of the rest of their life. Well, next time it happens, it could be not a next time after that, because there will be no more. Sounds like a risk in it. Oh, it's your friend. Look at it. Showdown. Do you not have a problem with that from a moral perspective? Are we gonna get Panchicha on our team? I can now. Mm-hmm. All right. Call who? You're breaking up again. Like, call who? Yeah, I can't hear you now if you're talking. You need to get yourself a new headset. Look out. You got a couple or 3 more weeks to Black Friday. Yep. It sounded a little different, so you must be using something else now, I assume. What are you using now? Oh, okay. When your phone screen turns off, are you still able to, like, talk and hear people? Sometimes when my screen turns off, it will, like, make it so I can't talk to people or something. No. I agree with you. Also, it's not only that, but I mean, if you're supposed to be, if you claim Christ, you're supposed to be a good example to others, and if you're going to go around sinning, and then not only sinning by, getting drunk, but also endangering others, I think that's something you should take seriously. No, yeah, that's drunk to me. I think that constitutes drunk. Oh wait, okay, like, yeah. Okay. What are the other reasons? stressed. I've never heard of that, I guess. I mean, everybody knows that if you're driving tired, that oftentimes is very similar to driving drunk. That's a thing too. I'm with you there. That's stressed. I don't know if I agree with that. But that's still not. Sometimes you can't control your stress. You can control what you put in your body. Can't you? Right. Even it's up to you to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and getting the proper amount of sleep and proper amount of food, right? That's part of self-care, right? Right. That's true, and that's irresponsible as well for them and others, but also that's a lot less irresponsible than drinking, because the likelihood that you're going to have a heart attack or that you're going to be impaired from the drink that you just had is much less likely that you're going to have a heart attack randomly. Where if you have like just 2 or 3 drinks, it's almost like a no-brainer that you are going to be impaired at that point. And again, depending on what it is, it doesn't have to be 2 or 3. If you're having 1 shot of Everclear, it's not going to take that at all. Oh, shoot! Man. Dumb. I was going to revive a guy, and I just ended up jumping off the cliff and killing myself. Which, I mean, I hadn't been harmed, so it didn't really hurt me or the game, but made it so I couldn't revive that poor guy. Poor guy. I should have been there for him, and I wasn't. I know, right? Do it. You want me? I could throw an El Dorado out there. Then you want to go out there? How about that? Huh? Why not? Come on. That's why I get the El Dorado, so we can just rush them. I've got one guy right next to me. If you come over here. Oh, you're down? What are you doing? Here, come over here. There you go. That's it. You better get down. Oh, bummer. Man. Should have just thrown the El Dorado. What's that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Double down. Ha ha ha! Boom! Sure. What's that? You're gonna have to give me more information than that to confirm one way or the other. I'm familiar with Nickelodeon. Yes, correct. I feel like I've heard this before, maybe. No. Not a, well, there might be a mine over there, but there's also a C4. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now there's a mine over here. So back up. Ah, get him, get him. Yes. Thank you. I got Altor. Oh, brother. Oh, we're getting murked. Blast it. Really? Like, online or in... You knew they were friended, but what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ran out of what? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, letter, ooh. So we're still talking about the candy. She was just offended that you said, I don't know about how I feel about the candy, correct? Or- Um, yeah, we gotta try to get serious here. We've got only like a couple more kills. I'm listening though. There you go. Right. Well, I'll say two things, or at least I'll start with two things. One, the only credence I give to like the previous, and I'm going to tie this in. The only credence I give to the previous conversation that we had about like the former assistant pastor talking about how people kind of indicating that he thought people should do a better job of dressing up for church. The only credence that I'll give to that is when some people really felt like they needed to jump on there and be these keyboard warriors who were like, oh man, I can't believe you said that, and it's about the heart, or I can't believe you said that, this is what these types of things keep people away from church, and yada yada yada. Or especially if they made it personal, where they were like, there were some people there was one lady who got on there, was like, if I ever had a church that said that I couldn't wear pants or something like that, I would just find a different church. Now, again, I don't think that you should do that, so to be clear. But at the same time, if you're having such a visceral reaction to just somebody who's kind of older saying something that was on their mind and then getting so bent out of shape about it, I think that is a little bit of a problem with you as well. Why are you getting so upset about something that you should just be like, well, that was kind of silly for him to say, So there is something to be said about that, and the way that people respond to something that should be like, something that you should be able to fairly easily dismiss as being like, I don't know, not that important or not that big of a deal, right? So that being said, I think at the same time, her response to you about the way that you responded to her about the Halloween thing, right? I think was sounds like obviously is ridiculously way overblown and so on and so forth, and there's something that she needs to work on there. I think it was probably to me sounds like a pride thing, where it's like she probably was patting herself on the back thinking that she was doing something so great by like handing out Bibles and candy and yada yada yada, which I think on like the surface it is a good thing, but at the same time it can be somewhat bad if you're thinking about how great you are because you're doing it, even if it is good, right? But then on the other hand too, I think that there is something to be said for just leaving it alone, I guess, on certain issues of like being like, well, what's so bad with having candy every once in a while? And I know it's not good for you in the same way you know that makeup's probably not good for you, and it's not something you have to spend money on, but every once in a while, what does it really harm, right? So, meaning like just saying, well, maybe a better way you could have responded was just being like, well, I just hope that people were, getting that parents, do a good job of making sure that those kids eat that candy in moderation or something like that, or just not say anything at all sometimes, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And did you make that clear to her? So you made that clear to her. You wasn't about the actual. It wasn't actually about the candy part then. Okay. Well then, yeah. I guess it wasn't made. That wasn't made clear to me. But either way, at the same time, I think I would still stand by what I'm saying. In regards to like they're doing it in a way that they feel like is they feel like they should be doing it and it's okay for them. And I don't know, like, so I need to do some research, or I need to find this passage, but there's a passage that talks about people being of the weaker faith and like mm-hmm. No. So, like, the point is I think that's part of what I'm referring to is talking about how, like, some people, it's okay for them to do it, but it's not okay for other people to do it because it could lead them, I guess, into sin, right? Does that make sense? What do you mean by that? What? I feel like there's a butt coming. Just that your response was a good response or something. I'm not sure if I heard anything. No, go ahead. Say it. Try again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 What was was there a second part to that? Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I heard that. Like I said, I guess I was expecting a but in that statement, but okay, maybe it's kind of like maybe how you and I feel on alcohol, right? Where I feel that if you're a Christian, you shouldn't participate in it at all, and you, and obviously especially your husband, do not feel the same way. Well, no, it's not just about the thing that you just told me, but you have told me before. You were like, well, I could probably go without it, but my husband, he enjoys it more than I do, and he doesn't think it's a big deal. You've said that in the past, okay? Is that not true? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just confirming that you're, agreeing with my assessment of the past conversation. And I didn't know if I heard. I thought you said truth, but I couldn't quite hear you. Okay. Remember, you've got kind of a crummy mic situation going on. I don't know what's going on, but you're having trouble sometimes. Anyway. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, I definitely think that is important. It's important for Christians, and I think that Christians shouldn't drink alcohol. But at the same time, those who choose to do so, I'm not gonna say that they're not Christians. And I think probably maybe that's kind of like maybe what your friend was feeling like is like if you have such strong opinions on Halloween that she's like feeling like you're saying, well, if you're gonna do anything, even just give out candy with Bibles on Halloween, you're still celebrating Halloween, and I think maybe you're not even a Christian at this point. Is that how you feel? Well, I'm just wondering if that's how she's feeling because of your strong-held opinions about anything related to Halloween and Christmas, for that matter, apparently at this point. Right. Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying. I think it was like a definite overreaction. 100% sounds like. But this is an interesting conversation as well. Like, does your I was gonna ask you this. Does your husband agree with your feelings about Christmas? Uh-huh. So he doesn't want to celebrate it this year either? I don't know what that means. Does he believe that Christmas is a pagan holiday? As you do? You've never asked him, or you don't have any idea of whether he does or doesn't? If you were to guess? Okay, well, let's humor me. Let's pretend you did ask him. What do you think he would say? Mm-hmm. I feel like I think you should know at least something of like what he would say. Have I mean, is it your idea or both of your idea to not celebrate Christmas this year? That's what you said you're doing, correct? That's your idea. Okay. Okay. He's reluctant. But reluctant, but he has agreed to go along with it or reluctant, and you guys are still discussing the issue of like how you're going to navigate that issue. Mm-hmm. 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 So, do you feel like this is an area that you need to lead in since he's not doing so? Say that again. I'm not sure I understood what you just said. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you under the impression that anybody is the perfect wife or husband in that scenario? Okay. Oh. So, do you think it's biblical then for if you feel like he is not leading in a certain area for you to take charge in that area? Fill our house with what? You're not gonna quit the game, are you? Oh. So what, did I offend you now? Okay. I will. Hey, you didn't answer my question, my last question. I said, are you offended now by something I said? Well, that's what I thought I was asking about, because I asked about what, if you felt like that was something you needed to do for you. But I... No, I'm asking about you. But, you know, and also just understand that, like, I want you to make sure that you understand that I'm not, like, trying to sit up on some sort of high horse thinking that, you know, I've got it all, you know, straightened out and everything. I'm doing is the right thing. I'm just curious. And I'm just trying to, like, you know, understand some of your mindset on some of the things that, you know, we've discussed, like, say, the Christmas thing and some of that and so on and so forth. No, okay. Well, I understand what you're saying, but yeah, no, that wasn't what I was trying to ask. Mm-hmm. 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 There you go. Understandable. Yep. I think we all have dysfunction. I think that it sounds like, too, that I and my wife as well have plenty of things that would be similar and in those areas that we struggle with. Yeah. Oh! So... Oh, man. Here, I want to ask one last question before you go, if we have time. But this has no. But I want to change topics. How do you feel like you should approach somebody that you feel like is almost like a hypochondriac? Yeah. Do you know what a hypochondriac is? Okay. So, like I said, I'm switching. Yeah, I'm switching conversations completely. Okay. So, you know, so someone who seems like they just always are saying that they're sick, and like, you know, you're like, and so making excuses of why they can't do this or that or this, or not showing up for this, and you're like, bro, like you've got to like get somebody to like get out of that mindset. You know, I think it's to me it seems like a mindset thing. How do you like approach somebody like that without like, you know, when we're talking about being offensive, you know, how do you talk about to somebody like that without like getting them all upset? Because it's a very, you know, I am sick and you have no compassion. You know what I mean? All right. Gotcha. Yeah. What would you say the difference is between a hypochondriac and somebody who is like has like Munchausen syndrome? Okay, so Munchausen syndrome, I guess, and that's what I'm trying to figure out of like exactly if there's a big difference or not. But like Munchausen syndrome is somebody who also basically always thinks that they're sick, but also would like make themselves sick to like confirm their beliefs, I think, essentially. Well, no, but like I mean like literally would be like, I'm gonna drink this thing, you know, so I can go to the hospital, and it's more of like an attention seeking thing versus like an actual, maybe it's less like thinking that they're actually sick, but they may know that they're not sick, but they make themselves sick to get attention, potentially, you know. So like also there's Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which those are the people who like are those terrible people you've probably heard of before, who like poison their kids or whatever so they can go to the hospital and go to like St. Jude's or whatever, and everybody's like, oh man, we're so glad you're here and we're gonna take care of you guys, you know. And obviously for anybody who's genuinely sick, that's a great thing, but there's people out there who are like, you know, like doing terrible things to their children too, like because they're attention seekers. Yeah. Yeah, well, again, we're not. I'm just saying that that's something like that's Munchausen syndrome by proxy, where Munchausen syndrome would be where they're doing it only to themselves, but again, they're doing it to like, you know, manipulate people and seek out attention, like, you know. So the motivations can be different at times, where one person's like, you know, maybe that creepy mother who doesn't want her 21-year-old son to ever leave the house, so she, you know, makes herself sick and says, you know, if you leave me, I'm gonna die, you know. And then another one just does it because when they go to the hospital and so many people are paying attention to the doctors or trying to figure out what's wrong with them. Okay, if you have like I think Freebie as a that's a free app you can get, and if you go on there, I think they may still have a documentary on Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which is the worst of the. No, but I watched it maybe a year ago or 8 months ago or something like that. It's a pretty low budget one really, but it's still fascinating and it's pretty good. Free B with a V. So FRE and then VEE, I think. So, all right, later. Huh? No, I don't think so, but I might have just. All those Munchausen syndrome moms, they're all doing, that's what that is. That's what kind of psychopath is oh yeah, my 3-year-old, I could tell, my 2-year-old, I could tell that they, were a girl, or they, biologically were a girl, but they were actually a boy. Yeah. I could just tell. It's yeah, you're a psychopath. And you are looking for attention, so you are straight up engaging in Munchausen syndrome by proxy. I'm gonna probably make this my last game, and then I'll be done. So fresh and so clean. Oh, the dogs put a... blast it. Thanks for taking care of that.
You're welcome.
What do we got going on tomorrow? When do Riley and Shadow come back?
Tuesday.
Okay. Maybe I should go to the Farmington, Frisbee golf course and take the children with me and just make them walk with me. And get those little bums some exercise out of the PE class. Huh?
Yeah. You're supposed to go to the Farmington
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be 72 degrees. Crazy. Woo! That was a close one. Oh, yeah. No! Wow. Woo! Nice. Oh. Hey. What you doing? Help. Oh, come on, bro. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, no. Dagnabbit. Get him, get him, get him. They're idiots. They're like staying there. Get him. Yeah, there we go. They stuck around there way longer than they should have. I feel like that popcorn that we got from Costco, by the way, would be a little bit better if it wasn't actually if it wasn't so salty. If it was too salty. Huh? Well, you know how I feel about salt and sweet and salty things coming together. It's like a very delicate balance if you're gonna do it at all for me, and it's just too much. Thank you. absolute massacre again for these guys. Shoo. Get him. Ah, get him. Were you listening to me, like, argue about makeup? No?
What, you don't think it's necessary?
Nighty night. Honestly, I wasn't really, I don't really care all that much, but I think there is such thing as too much makeup and too much fixation on trying to make yourself look, I guess, in a certain way or to the world standards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but honestly, I don't have all that much problem with it.